Hello my friends, the time is now for Streets of New Capenna. It is finally released here on Magic Online, and Arena for that matter, although, as is normally the case, it doesn't work on Arena right now because of, well, quality. Anyways, let's jump into the pack. Remember, this is the family set, and Maestro's is one of them. During each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard by sacrificing a creature in addition to paying its other costs. If a spell is cast this way, would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Not the best Ascendancy. Broker's Ascendancy is, well, broken. That's the Bant one. I bet you this one's playable, but we're going to look at some other cards here. Speaking of Brokers, the Charm is quite good. All of the Charms are playable to some extent, but this is one of the better ones as baseline. You draw 2, or you punch a creature. Voice of the Vermin, another really high pickup. There are shield counters in this format, which make it really annoying to play against a lot of creatures. I'm going to go ahead and first pick this Voice of the Vermin here over Broker's Charm. Sorry I didn't have a chance to go over every single card, but that is usually the case with a new set and sets with a lot of words. But yeah, this is a 4-mana 2/2 with a shield counter. And then whenever it attacks, target creature you control has base power and toughness 4/4. So really, really solid 4-drop. It attacks well. It's got a shield counter, so it's hard to deal with initially. And yeah, it does some good work. Looks like the rare or the mythic is missing in this pack as we get past another really, really solid green uncommon. That's the Cleanup Crew. 6 mana 6/6s that baseline gain 4 life have been kind of standard in Limited for a little while now. Most recently, I think like Ravenous Lindworm from, what's it called? Oh gosh, why can't I remember the name? The Bestow, not the Bestow set, the Foretell set. Anyways, most recently, Lindworm from that set was very good. But yeah, this one's fantastic, has a lot of versatility, and probably the card we're going to take. Other good cards include the Elegant Entourage, baseline 4-mana 4/4 with an upside, and then Girder Goons, really solid 5-mana 4/4 splashable that when it dies makes a 2/2. But we'll take up the Cleanup Crew. Again, baseline 6 mana 6/6, gain 4, and then, of course, if your opponent has some relevant artifact or enchantment, you can blow them up. Pick number 3, we got ourselves a Rocco, Cabaretti Caterer. This has been pretty good for me in the limited number of events I've played thus far. Red, green, white, and X. 3/1 that tutors up another creature depending on the casting cost of the X. Only other good card here is like the Grisly Sigil. 1 mana for a 1 damage ping spell, but then it has casualty 1, which means you can copy it by sacrificing a creature with power 1 or greater, and then it'll deal 3 damage to a creature that's already been dealt damage this turn. Non-combat, that is. So you can deal like 4 damage to a creature with that individually, but I think I like taking the Rocco just because it's so good, so powerful, even though it's not super easy to cast. Pick number 4. I do want to mention there are a ton of good pieces of fixing in the format. There is a land from each family that'll find one of the basic type of that family. There are also a bunch of these duels that add 2 colors and sack to draw a card, among any other ways that you can like make treasures and whatnot. For us, we have 2 different choices. I can take like the removal spell that is Bouncer's Beatdown, solid one as instant, and if you have multiple creatures, then you're always going to get to deal some amount of damage, even if they kill your biggest thing in response. I do want to note though that, and the card I'm probably going to take is this Civil Servant. This has been a fantastic one in my experience. 2 mana 2/3, Cat Citizen. Whenever it attacks, you can tap another citizen you control to give this +1/+0 and lifelink. This has been a very, very powerful card, especially at 2 mana. It's just been super, super efficient. Anyways, moving on to the next pick. Couple of good ones, but nothing like super insanely great. Pyre Sledge Arsonist is fantastic if you are Jund and have a lot of treasures. It also works with Casualty. This goes to any target, but I don't think that's what we want to do here. Wrecking Crew is always just a solid 5 mana, 4/5 reach trampler. We have like a bad overrun, a couple of weird pump effects, and then we have like a Rocks Pummeler, which is fine as well. So nothing I'm happy to take here, and because of that, I'm going to take the uncommon. Like I said, I don't care for Take to the Streets, but if we end up with a good Citizen deck, then we'll be most happy that we ended up taking this. We'll put it to the board for now. Pick number 6, we end up with a Backup Agent, which is a Citizen. This is just like a reprint of plenty of other cards. Best card here, maybe Deal Gone Bad, 4 mana, -3/-3 to a creature. Boon of Safety, a surprisingly good trick for 1 mana. Puts a shield counter on a creature and you get to scry one. And you can stack up on shields. So for example, if my Voice of the Vermin already has its shield counter on it and then I give it Boon of Safety, it will gain another shield counter. But here I think I like the 2-drop a little bit more. Oh wow, fantastic. Really good choices now. Man, Luxurious Libation is, I think, the best combat trick in the format. Riveteer's Decoy, solid 2-drop that you can blitz. Blitz is another new mechanic in this format that lets you play the creature with haste, and then if it would die that turn, you get to draw a card, but you have to sacrifice it at end of turn, so you're going to get to draw that card basically no matter what. Security Rocks is also just another solid creature, 4 mana, 5/4, that you can sack 2 treasures to play instead. I think I like taking the Libation, though. Very good combat. Wow, okay, this is 8th pick. We're getting another Libation, a weird Pacifism. Warm Welcome's okay. This is a look at the top 5. Put a creature in your hand and make a 1/1 Citizen. 2/3 Reacher, Spider, pretty good. But yeah, I like Libations in this deck. Wield are rare. Okay, we did get another Pacifism back here, so we're going to go ahead and take it. This is a weird one. A lot of people have read this card wrong. It's 2 mana, make a creature can't attack or block, so Pacifism. But then the opponent can pay 7 to make the enchantment go away, and then I get to draw a card. So I think a lot of people mistake that. A lot of people assume that if they sacrifice this, they get to... if they pay 7 and make the opponent sacrifice it, they get to draw a card. That's not the case. It is the person that controls Hold for Ransom that draws the card. Okay, anyways, now that we've got that out of the way, we have a Gathering Throng here, which is surprisingly not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and take it. As it, well, the earlier we take it, the better the others become, I guess. Another Backup Agent seems fine. Another Pacifism on the wheel seems fine. I mean, this card's not amazing or anything. Don't get me wrong. With Casualty in the format, this does get a little bit worse. But actually, you know what? I'm going to take Broken Wings here instead of the second Hold for Ransom. Okay, some tricks. Revelation of Power is not terrible when I have a bunch of these shield creatures and 1/1 counter creatures. But probably just worse than double Libation. This just turns into Fireball late game. Kind of gross. Pretty good first pack, I'd say. In best of 3, I'm not sure if Broken Wings needs to be a main deck card, but there are a bunch of insane enchantments in this format. Like I was talking about the Broker's Ascendancy earlier. Well, there's an Ascendancy of each color. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but beyond that, there are other good artifacts. And of course, creatures with flying are also prevalent. Opened one of the Tri-lands. It's a good one. It is a perfect Tri-land for us if I wanted to take it, but I think here we just have to take the #1 common in the format, and that is Jewel Thief. Look at this card. 3 mana, 3/3 Vigilance Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you make a treasure. Like, I remember when 3 mana, 3/3s with no abilities were good, you know? Plenty of good freaking cards here, though. I almost wonder if Ceremonial Groundbreaker is better for our deck than Jewel Thief is. +2/+1, creature gains trample, and it equips to a citizen for 1 mana, and we have a bunch of citizens already. Then we have like Knockout Blow, Prize Fights a Punch, and again that aforementioned Tri-land. I don't know. I feel like I want to take the Jewel Thief over the Ceremonial Groundbreaker, but that might be wrong. If you told me that was wrong, I'd believe you, but this card is just way too good. Pick number 2, got past a Topiary Stomper. It's an okay one. If there's nothing better in the pack, we're probably going to end up taking it. 3 mana, 4/4 Vigilance, that rampant growths when it enters the battlefield, but it cannot attack or block unless you control 7 or more lands, so it takes a little while to get online, but it fixes, it ramps, so we have good utility for that. Like, it immediately makes Rocco, you know, a lot better because it ramps and finds the red source. And we're not really passing much here anyways. Like, Skycryer's fine. If I had taken the equipment, maybe I'd take the 1/1 flyer. But I'll go ahead and just take the rare for now. As we get past a... which one's this one? Brokers, that is Bant. So we can definitely play that if we wanted to. I think I like taking the Speakeasy Server a little bit more than the Hideout. Especially since we're just so solidly 2-color right now. I don't think there's a need to go for the fixing. And another Sawjack, but that's fine. Nothing in this pack otherwise. Duskmangler's great, but very slow. Yeah, we are green-white citizens for sure. Let's take a look here. We have these 2 Libations both make a citizen, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 citizens so far. And look at that. We got past a Ginny Fey, the perfect card for our deck. If you would create 1 or more tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green cat creature tokens with haste, or that many 3/1 green dog creature tokens with vigilance. Well, I say perfect. I guess I only have 2 ways to make 1/1 tokens right now, but it's a 3 mana 3/3 baseline in our colors, and it has a lot of upside, you know? This does notably work with treasures. It doesn't say creature tokens, it just says tokens. So, for example, if we have Glittermonger with Ginny Fey, you can just tap and make a 2/2 or a 3/1. Seems pretty damn good, huh? Into a... I mean, we could take the Glittermonger now, but we probably just want to take the Cabaretti Courtyard. The Naya, the red, green, white is Cabaretti, so... as good as Glittermonger would be with Ginny Fey, I don't think it's good in the deck otherwise. And yeah, we'll just take that perfect land. There's another Cabaretti Courtyard here, but this time I think we're supposed to take the fight effect. Not only is it removal, which we're kind of lacking right now, but it also makes that treasure for Ginny Fey. Sorry, Cabaretti. I'm going to go punching something. Get past a decoy, solid. Another backup agent's fine. Fencer's okay. I like the decoy a little bit more than the fencer, but the fencer with the tokens certainly good. Into a Maestro's Theater. Which one is this one? No, it's the Grixis. Not a huge fan of Paragon of Modernity. I guess, I mean, I don't. This is a pretty late Grizzly Sigil, but we're never playing that, right? What was in our sideboard again? Oh, we have the Mass Pump. I guess this might not be bad in our deck. We do have infinite citizens in comparison, but it doesn't give trample is the biggest issue. And then I don't know if we've actually seen another Gathering Throng, oddly. This looks good, though. And you know what? We still have options of being like Bant. If I start seeing some really good blue cards that I want to splash for, would not be too hard to do so since this is really our only true red card. So green-white baseline, stay open to blue or red in pack 3 seems really nice. Okay, next pack. We got another Cabaretti Courtyard versus another prize fight. And I think I'll just take another fight effect. Reason being here is, well, because we're not really splashing too much yet, I don't think we need to take the sack land. And this makes a treasure anyways. So in addition to being removal, it is another piece of fixing / ramp. I think that makes sense. This is such a weird card. I don't think this is good, but there's probably going to be some point that I end up playing this. Like, it's 2 equipment in one, but then you have to have 2 equipment attached to give it +1/+1. I don't know. Really sad that I passed that that other +2/+1 trample equipment now, but what are you gonna do? Still don't think we want Glittermonger here. I'd rather just take the 2/1 that connives, even though it's not a citizen. All right, pretty good looking first 2 packs here. Basically have enough playables already, so at this point we're just looking for upgrades or more fixing. A couple of green-white lands would be good. I think they're called plazas or something. Oh my lord. That's really unfortunate. We opened one of the better rares in this format, the Hostile Takeover. This is effectively a Wrath, but kind of better, but kind of not. It's not a true Wrath, but you can save one of your creatures and shrink one of your opponents and kill it. So baseline, it's still really, really solid. I'll give you a chance to read it there. Up to 1 target creature has base power and toughness 1/1. Up to 1 other target creature has base power and toughness 4/4. Then this deals 3 damage to each creature, right? So you can turn one of your creatures that has 3 or less toughness into a 4/4, and turn one of their creatures that has 4 or more toughness into a 1/1, and then 3 damage to everything. Card is nuts. For us, we have like a Brazen Upstart. Solid 3 mana 4/2. Good enough to splash here. I mean, I don't love taking it over. There's just not much else here. I could take like a Ready to Rumble on the splash too, but this card is just all value. Ogress the Dragon's Lash. 3/3 haste whenever a creature you control with haste attacks. Create a tapped treasure. Does not look like what we want here. It's a little bit too hard to cast, right? Because it's basically red, red, green in our deck. For us, we have another Courtyard, a Light Them Up, and like a Racer's Ring. I think I like taking the land here. Seems right. The Cabaretti Courtyards have been wheeling around, so I think we take the ring and try to wheel the Courtyard. Makes sense. Another Grizzly Sigil and another Jewel Thief. Beautiful. Definitely going to take Jewel Thief number 2. Other playables would be like the Rakish Revelers. There's a cycle of all of these creatures. I don't know if I've touched upon that yet, where you can pay 2 to exile them from your hand and make a land a tri-land effectively, and that can be done at instant speed. Chaldea Strongarm's quite good. Another one of those blitz creatures with a lot of value. Pretty easy Jewel Thief, though, for me. Into a Botanical Plaza. All right, some more good fixing. This rare is so bad. Exile that card, then shuffle it. You may cast it, so it's not even free. I mean, it's cheap to activate this, but it's not Birthing Pod. Though I guess they probably learned their lesson with Birthing Pod. Hey, Cabaretti Charm now. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature Planeswalker. Creatures you'll control get +1/+1, gain trample, and make 2 1/1 citizens. So 3 good modes. Probably can replace the Take to the Streets with that. Love it. Passing another Racer's Ring. Here's another one of those cycle of hideaway enchantments. Again, this is probably the worst of them. You just compare this to some of the other hideaway cards, and this is not great. I think I like taking another Speakeasy Server here over the Sawjack or Socialite. How am I doing on playables right now? We're at 22 playables, so maybe one more. Could take a third prize fight if I wanted to. I mean, Sticky Fingers and stuff are nice, but I'm trying to keep the red to a really minor splash, it looks like. Could also just take Pummeler, 6/3 with a shield that has trample as long as it has that shield. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to take the Racer's Ring. Like, I probably don't need 3 prize fights. But it is more token synergy for Ginny Faye, I suppose. Alright. Probably going to regret not taking the land. Patch up. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, basically it's just returning one of my 3-drops, which I guess might not be bad. There's a second Gathering Throng here, but I don't think we're playing those two. Exhibition Magician's also quite good, but Maybe we play this, we'll see. We should see another Cabaretti Courtyard coming back around, I believe. No, maybe not. Do we want to take this Dapper Shieldmate? 4 mana 2/2 with a shield counter that gets +2/+0 during my turn, maybe. Oh, actually, Gilded Pinions might not be terrible. I mean, it's not great, but I think it's better than Dapper. Okay, probably not playing any of these things then. Alright, doesn't look like we wield any of the other lands. It's too bad. Another pacifism or a boon of safety. I think I like the boon trick here. Okay, another brass knuckle. I need to cut like one card. I guess I can cut the Broken Wings out of the main deck and just bring it in as necessary. Although I do question 3 prize fights. Maybe I go 2 prize fights and 1 Broken Wings. That seems a little bit better. Removal-wise, we have Pacifism, 2 prize fights, Cabaretti Charm, Broken Wings, yeah, and then a couple of pump spells. We should probably be able to get away with 17 lands here. Although in this format, I've been running 18 lands frequently. Just because, and especially if you get a bunch of these lands that sacrifice and draw a card, you don't really mind running playing 18 lands. And then the Courtyards also thin out your deck as well. But I don't think this is going to be a deck where we need... Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a deck where we need to play 18 lands. I'm actually tempted to play this patch-up. Seems really good with like double Jewel Thief and whatnot. Like these backup agents are okay, but not amazing. They are just citizens, but I think I like doing that instead. Maybe not. Maybe just the Pinions. At least this thing, yeah, let's try the Pinions out. I think making a bunch of flyers also makes sense, and it's another treasure producer. Alright, let's do that. 2 mountains should be sufficient. 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17. That gives me 7, 8, 9, 10 green sources. That's probably even too many. 5, 6, 7 white. Although I guess we are super heavy green in comparison. Yeah, that's fine. Green machine it is. Alright, let's try this. Looks like a little Cabaretti nonsense here in our first MTGO Streets of New Capenna draft. And here we are for round 1 of this Streets of New Capenna draft. The hand's a little bit sketchy, but we're on the draw, so any 1 more land will unlock the Topiary Stomper. And with 2 green, we can cast Ginny Fey no matter what. Opponent plays a turn 1 Cabaretti Initiate. Interesting. So I wonder how many citizen synergies they have, or how many pump spells they have to make this worth playing, because on the surface, this doesn't seem like a great card, but we'll see. Maybe they have some really good synergies. Pinions was not the worst possible draw, since at least that does give me a treasure if I get unlucky and miss a 3rd land here next turn. Mage's Attendant, alright. Hopefully we just draw a land naturally. Looks like they're on Bant. Good. Well, what we could do here is, I guess, play out Ginny Fey, and we can actually make a token for 1 green with a Luxurious Libation here, so... I know they can make me pay to undo it, but I think this is good. Ooh. they have the Ceremonial Groundbreaker. Very nice. Love that card. Okay, I think this is worth it then. Let's see. Well, do we? Maybe I don't. Maybe I just... Well, I guess they don't have any open mana right now, so this is the time to do it. Let's go ahead and make a 3/1 to block their Initiate, because that's a scary one with Trample. Alright, now we just need to find some lands. Could also just main phase Broken Wings the Groundbreaker. That's probably... Actually, that's safest. While they're tapped out and they can't use the Wizard token. Do we want to trade off Ginny Faye at this point? Oh, that's fine. Do need to find some land here, otherwise we have a problem, though. Oh no, they can turn that into a 5/5 next turn? Wow, I just lose. Yeah, dead on board. Play out the Stomper, and they just animate this into a 5/5 and kill me. Brutal. Remember, this does not block. Okay. Well, we didn't die to very much, but we did die. That sucks a lot. Jeez, of course. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. Our deck looked a lot better than what we saw from them. All right, let's run it back. Wonder if I should have done something differently there. Okay, one lander on the play. We'll see you down at 6. Sheesh. Let's go ahead and, I guess, pitch up Plains. Go grab a second forest with the Cabaretti Courtyard. Only have double green in this deck. That's fine. That doesn't do anything for a while. Yeah, our hand is real slow. We probably don't want to cast Rocco for anything less than 6 to get like Jewel Thief or something. Because while we do have a bunch of 2-drops, maybe we want to grab a Connive. I don't know. I guess for curve purposes, it might be okay to Rocco on 2. Oh well, as long as the opponent's not doing too much, I think we're pretty happy as well. Sure. Attack in for 1. That's okay with me. Turn late there, my friend, but better late than never. That will let us cast out Cleanup Crew next turn, if we want to blow up like their dagger or whatever. Hold for ransom. That is okay. I don't mind that. Good draw. Yeah, all right, let's clean up. And I'll go ahead and blow up the ransom right now and attack for 3 since we drew the libation. That means the thief is actually still going to be a relevant attacker, even though they have the initiate. What if they just pass here? Pretty awkward for them just to pass and hold up the activated ability, but I'd be happy with that. Ooh, there it is. The freaking Broker's Ascendancy. One of the top rares in the format. It's hard to cast, kind of, but at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each plane. So your creatures get thick, and they get thick fast. I have a free roll attack with both creatures. Fortunately, the opponent's not going very wide right now. So we're in a really good spot to still beat that. This is a free roll because our 3/3 has vigilance and attacks into a 2/6 okay. But, like, swing in here, then play Speakeasy Server post-combat. Even though they have one of the most busted rares, they don't have much to go along with it, so. Oh, just no blocks. Oh, even better. We have lethal next turn with our flyer if they don't have anything. I guess they're going to bounce my 6/6. 5 mana, 3/2 that connives and bounces up non-land permanent. They might bounce my flyer. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, they go block, trade here, I guess. Yeah, we'll just play out our flyer again. Sure. And another pacifism, sure. Nice draw. Let's see. Can we win this turn? No, but we can do some good things. I'm going to go ahead and punch their Fencer, get a token. Treasure, I should say, and then play out our Speakeasy Server. Using the now gained treasure. Pass priority, you have no cards. None of these have some weird ability, I don't know, for 0 mana, do they? And we're going to go back up to 26. That is a GG. No reason to sandbag. It's just dead on board after I do that. Okay, so we have the Broken Wings in the main deck. That's our, I think, 1 out. No, we have Cleanup Crew as well. All right, so we have 2 different ways to blow up an enchantment. We might want to bring in another prize fight just to keep their creature count low. Like maybe Boon of Safety is worse than a second or a third prize fight in this matchup. Excuse me. Let's go like that. We're going to be on the draw this game, but hopefully we can... I mean, our deck, I think, is really solid. But if we can fade the curve out into Ascendancy, that would be very nice. Game 3 here of the first round, and bleh. That does not look like a hand I can keep. Go down to 6. That's a lot better. Let's keep that and pitch a Forest. Topiary really good with our prize fights. That's our #1 prize fight card since it's a 3 mana 4/4. So even though it doesn't attack or block early, it still allows us to do some good punching early. Let's draw like our 2/3 for 2 into Jewel Thief. Is that too much to ask? Maybe. Alright, probably can't complain about drawing a 2-drop. As they play a 1/1 flying lifelink for 2. I think I like just playing out the backup agent. Even though we're on the draw, seems like curving out makes sense. Take 1. Oh, nice. Looks like they didn't have anything. And we drew the Jewel Thief, even better. Yeah, basically as close to perfect as you could have drawn it up. Draw 2-drop into Jewel Thief. And the Jewel Thief is going to allow us to play the server on turn 4 still, just like the Topiary Stomper would, but this also attacks. Yeah, this card is... What kind of common is this, by the way? Like, this is just going to be the most feel-bad card in the format, because it's common, and it's so good at common. And at 3 mana. It's got everything going on for it. Nice. Alright, I'm going to pre-combat the Speakeasy server in case they have a kill shot for my Jewel Thief here. That way I gain 1 extra life. Thank you, thank you. I'm here all day. +1 life acquired. They could definitely have another kill shot, but don't think you can really play around that. Playing scared is not playing to win. Let's go grab our mountain. Say go. And our hand looks real good. Alright, they gave it up. I mean, obviously they were missing lands, but our draw was also just fantastic, so that probably would have been pretty hard for them to beat anyways. Nice little 1-0 here. Let's go to the second round. Round 2 here of the Streets of Capenna draft. We are on the draw with a turn 3 Jewel Thief, and so I'm going to keep that hand. We have the turn 2 Pinions to allow for the Thief if we don't draw another land. Alright, so turn 2 Pinions, turn 3 Thief, turn 4 Speakeasy server. Looks like a pretty nice curve. I guess our opponent is playing Grixis then. I don't think any of the other colors pair with those, right? No Jeskai or anything like that. Yep, Grixis it is. That's a pretty good 3-drop. 2/1 that either makes a treasure or makes a 1/1 citizen. And they went with the treasure. Turn 3 Jewel Thief. Goody, goody, goody. And so next turn we can play Server and hold up Boon of Safety. Also seems great. We also have the Luxurious Libation plus Prize Fight combo. Into the Maestros, making 2 4/3s. That's pretty good. That is also a pretty nice draw, actually. Let's go ahead and blitz our decoy instead, force them to trade one of those off. And I think I like keeping my Jewel Thief alive. Bottom of land. The Libation, good, good, good. Pyre Sledge, Arsonist, another nice one. Rocco. Well, now that I drew Rocco, I don't really want to use the treasure yet, so I think we're going to go like this. And attack for 3 Vigilance Flying Trample. Body Dropper, we don't care about that. 2 cards left in the opponent's hand. Voice of the Vermin, a fantastic draw. This one should be over pretty quickly if they don't do something fantastic here. So again, this is the 2/2 that has a shield counter, and then whenever it attacks, I get to turn something into a baseline 4/4. The dropper, 2/2 that gets counters whenever they sacrifice a creature. Forge Boss. When we sacrifice one or more other creatures, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. All right, that's fine. So the opponent doesn't know if I'm playing a 3rd color yet. But I guess we want to play out the mountain to hold up a bigger libation here. Get to attack with both. Make the Vermin a 4/4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, well. Looking pretty good. Two cards left. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of good Grixis cards they could have, but... Oh, they got the hostile takeover. So they're dealing 3 damage to each of these. So I can keep one of my flyers alive if I want to. By luxurious libationing it. I think that makes sense. Okay. So shield falls off. They keep both their creatures. But if they don't have a follow-up burn spell, then we kill them next turn in the air. Would kind of suck if they have Grizzly Salvet or Grizzly Sigil, I guess, but they would have to sack one of their creatures to kill both of mine, which is not that bad. No blocks. I guess they should attack with both, actually. Yeah. Alright, they must have some other burn spell. Oh, maybe not. In that case, I don't even need to equip up the pinions, do I? Alright, got him. Got them good, baby. Alright, they have the hostile takeover card. I think this opponent was in our draft. I think they were actually sitting next to us. So, a little bit scary that they have that card. I don't really have too much to play around that. I guess we should prioritize making creatures like 4/4s or something. Maybe the Broken Wings isn't as good here. Yeah, multiple backup agents to allow all of these baseline 3/3s to become 4/4s seems worth. Let's do that over Broken Wings. Again, I don't think we saw anything for Broken Wings to hit, but go to game 2. And here we are for game 2 of this Oof, Streets of New Capenna draft. Oh man, this hand is just missing one land. It's a little bit too greedy to keep, but man, that would be a good draw. All right, that is much better. We're going to keep that. And I guess we'll keep the libation over the second fight. It seems to make sense to me. All right, third land acquired, so don't have to worry about that, thankfully. 2-drop? No 2-drop, all right. So I'm going to go Ginny Fey into Jewel Thief is the game plan here. And if they don't kill the Jewel Thief, then we get to make a 3/1 dog that attacks. They had a Glamorous Outlaw, all right, so that turns their mountain into basically a tri-land. Hopefully they don't kill this. Nice, that's fantastic for us. I guess we could get super aggro here if we wanted to. Yeah, let's get super aggro. Pump up the Ginny Fey for 1. Make a 2/2 with haste. And then pacify and smack for 6. The only downside about this play is that I've lost my pump effect for prize fight. Yeah, let's keep doing it. We really need them to not draw a land for their hostile takeover. But we need, yeah. If they don't have hostile takeover here, we definitely win. Pretty damn good. That was such a greedy line. I could have just attacked with Ginny Fey, and if they block, I like big pump, and then I keep my passivism, but looks like this gameplay might have worked out. Nice. All right, looks like they didn't have anything, and that's a nice little 2-0. Ginny Fey doing work, and Jewel Thief doing what Jewel Thief does. 2-0. Let's go to round 3. The third and final round of this Streets of New Capenna draft. 2-0. Our deck is fantastic. It's basically green-white with a little bit of a splash for red on the draw here for that game. And yeah, looks good. Let's go ahead and Cabaretti for a forest. We can save the backup agent to make one of our other creatures larger. Seems nice. Turn 2 Rafine's Informant. So I guess game plan is turn 2 Informant, Connive, turn 3 Jewel Thief, turn 4 Agent and Fight or something. I don't know. We'll see what the Informant finds for us. Now I think we're going to discard the backup agent then, because we want to keep that land. Not only does the land help the Topiary Stomper, but it also lets us cast the Speakeasy Server a turn earlier. It's kind of annoying, but so be it. Jewel Thief and pass. So yeah, next turn I go Forest, Speakeasy Server, gain 2. Then the turn after, Topiary, Plaza. Yeah, we're looking okay here. Smack in for 3. 3/3 flyer, gain 2 life. And we already have the necessary lands for Topiary to attack next turn. Riveteer's Decoy. I don't care about that. We just trade off our Attendant. They get to draw a card. And we are still pressuring. Obviously, land's not what we wanted to draw, but it's not a terrible draw. Because we get to sack away the Plaza after attacking with Topiary next turn. So because this has a shield counter, I don't... Oh, that's too bad. I have to trade Jewel Thief off here since my Topiary can't block. Looks like the opponent's missing land drops, though. So if we can find a little bit of action, yep, that's really good. All right, attack for 7, play Ginny Fey. Shield counter gone. Can fight end of turn and make ourselves a 3/1 with Vigilance. Pass. Okay, I was going to say, maybe I don't want to cast Prize Fight into open mana because they clearly have a trick then. Hopefully they go for main phase bounce. Oh, just an Echo Inspector. All right, we let that resolve. And then we win. We go fight here, make a 3/1. All out attack, and that's GG, right? No, they block here. They take, yeah, they take 9. Don't even need to show them this other Jewel Thief. Very good. Man, this deck is fantastic. All right, so they had a bunch of flyers. Once again, maybe I'm just supposed to keep... Maybe I'm supposed to start 3 prize fights in the main. Like this Boon of Safety doesn't necessarily look great versus Bant or whatever brokers. But yeah. I think this is how a lot of good decks are going to be in the format. You're going to be like 2 straight or 2 solid colors and then minor splash for, you know, one of the family cards or a couple of the family cards like we have here. I like it. Submit that. Take out Boon of Safety, put in the 3rd prize fight, and off we go. Another good looking hand here on the draw for game 2 of the 3rd round. A little bit mana heavy, but you definitely can't mulligan that. I'm not even running 18 lands, right? I'm on 17, so this is going to be a game where Sanct or whatever Plaza gets sacrificed, as they have the Ledger Shredder here on turn 2. Yeah, I don't think it's actually worth it to play the backup agent as a 2/2. We know they have a bunch of 3 toughness creatures. Yeah, good thing I didn't. Let's just go with Jewel Thief this turn. And if they double spell to get the Connive, so be it. Yeah, which they might very well do. I don't mind giving them like 1 extra loot. That's not the end of the world. If they do double spell, that is. And a hold for ransom. Okay, it's a little bit annoying. So we did get to connive away another land, and I'm going to take 3. Sure. guess I just play backup agent, pump up my Jewel Thief, and pass. Okay, another flyer. Bleh. I need to draw my what he calls them? My 3/3s that gain life. Right, so we're gonna blow up the hold for ransom here, and that's gonna allow us to block and eat the shield. Remember, this gained flying, and now we can decoy, and that forces them to block our Echo Inspector. Sorry, with their Echo Inspector. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have played my land for the turn. That was a mistake. Would have been able to sack the Cabaretti. But all of a sudden, we're looking kind of okay. They have one card left in their hand. What is it? 6/3. Yeah, that's pretty good. But we have the pacifism for it. So let's thin out our deck first. Then connive. So this is going to let them connive, but since they have no cards in their hand, it doesn't matter. And if they want to trade both of those creatures for my Jewel Thief, I'm okay with that. Oh, I guess that does matter because they drew a spell, so I gave them a free count, a free 1/1 counter. Okay, maybe a small mistake. Maybe I should have just cast the pacifism without casting the informant this turn. They are going to keep attacking. So they clearly drew a spell, otherwise they would have made me, or yeah, sacked the pummel. Man, they have another Wing Shield agent. Tap land pass. We get to sack the plaza here end of turn, but if we don't draw something next turn, we're in pretty rough shape. Alright, so eat the shield counter off of the agent, take 2. And again, they must have drawn another spell. Jeez Louise. Alright, they're top decking pretty well. Not sure what I can draw. Not that. Technically not dead. But they give this flying and I take 5 now? They also gain 5 life. Why is my whole full control holding? This is annoying. Seriously? They drew another good spell here? Brutal if they did. Wow, they drew Broker's Charm. Alright. Well, the opponent's top decks have been a little bit too strong. Good beats. Alright, we'll go to game 3. GG game 3. Do we have anything we can bring in? I don't think so. I guess this can give flying on one of my creatures that has a counter on it. Maybe that's worth it. Cutting what? I don't know. I don't think we... maybe Luxurious Libation's not great versus them. We can try that. All right, game 3 here of the finals. This is make it or break it for a 3-0. Oh, man. It's a keepable hand, but it's not a great hand. Need to find some action after this. I mean, it's got all of our colors, so that is a good start at least. Need to find one of our Jewel Thieves, as always. Mountain. I just don't feel like playing a 2/2 for 2 versus them is good, you know? Let's just get our other tap land online. Hopefully we draw no more lands for the foreseeable future. We discarded a Pummeler to make a 3/2, sure. Not great. Not great. Prize fight with only having a 2/2 is not where you want to be. I mean, I think I trade here. What is this? Dagger? That's kind of annoying. Hey, Voice is a very good draw. So sad news is, if I fight, I lose my shield, but that's okay while they have a 4/3, because that would have gotten me anyways. So, take 4. See what they have to follow up. Gosh, another freaking shield creature. I mean, have to attack. And now we can punch the 4/3, lose our shield, but definitely worth it. I think this is only 1 mana to equip, right? Yeah. So not a bad combat trick plus cheap equip cost. Let's see, 2 mana. What do you got going on here? Decoy, all right. And they can suit it up with the Broken Wing, or with the Quick Draw, sure. Oh, this is kind of funny. If they give their Decoy flying, I can actually blow it up with the Broken Wings end of turn. Although, I think it's better for me to actually go like this. Because now if they block, I blow up the Broken Wings and then 2-for-1 them. Beautiful. Now we play Stomper. That was a great draw. And so now we don't necessarily want to sack any of these lands because the Topiary is a relevant attacker and blocker right now. And the opponent's missing land drop, so I'd say we're in a good spot if they don't have removal. Well, there's their land number 4. Maybe they have a citizen arrest or whatever. No. Ledger Shredder into another 2-drop would be a good connive. Very nice. If it's the pacifism, we can pay for it. It is indeed the pacifism, yeah. Okay. And do they want to attack? They didn't. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attack with both. If they're leaving it back, that means they're planning on double blocking, and if they're planning on double blocking, then we get to prize fight. And obviously if they don't block, we're happy with that too. Alright, so we get to prize fight this 4-4 to their 2-4. And that's going to eat the shield counter. So they have nothing but spells in their hand, but we have the better board presence. It's really going to come down to if we can keep top decking relevant spells before they can fully stabilize. If they pass, that's suspect. It's probably kill shot then. So if this is the case, I think what we're gonna do is just Jewel Thief and pass and make them waste their mana. Just a little chat as a treat. And now next turn, it's a better attack if they just pass with their mana open again, because at least we have 3 relevant attackers. Oh, 5 mana. Okay, this is big. Nice. 4-4, that makes it so one of my creatures can't attack or block until my next turn, so... if we draw another prize fight here, we're in good shape. If we draw our pacifism here, we're in good shape, and we have a lot of good draws. Oh, yes, there it is. Let's see. Yeah, I'll still have 7 mana for our topiary next turn. Oh, we drew them both. How about that? Even better. So let's arrest that. Smack him for 7. Yeah, my draws this game have been nuts. Looked like we were starting to flood out a little bit, but then I drew very, very well, so I think I ran a little bit lucky here. But, I mean, it did help that, again, 2 of these lands drew fresh cards. Like, these duels that draw lands or draw spells are so good. Well, draw cards, I should say, are so good. Looks like this is the kill shot turn again. So we play this pre-combat. I'm going to go for the punch here. And if it is kill shot, then we're still in really good shape. Because if it's exactly kill shot and nothing else, then they still die. Very nice. Let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had a kill shot in their hand. That's a nice little 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. Feels freaking great. I mean, I think I drafted pretty well, but the deck was fantastic. Did often bring in the second prize fight, or sorry, the third prize fight, but yeah, Jewel Thieves, insane. I mean, this deck just kind of rolled over, so. Anyways, hopefully y'all enjoying. Thanks for tuning in here on the Card Kingdom YouTube channel. As always, if you're looking for Magic cards or any other board game related things, go check out cardkingdom.com/Numot. That's my affiliate link, so thanks for checking that out, and thanks for watching. We'll see you back next week. Peace out.